I'm Gareth, play bass, and
I'm Rob, I do synth and vocals, and we both make the music.
We come from Perth in Western Australia.
Yeah. Second most isolated city on earth.
Hence our eventual move to London, which is where we're based now.
In Australia, there's only 4 other places apart from Perth that you can play, so if you really want to make anything, you pretty much got to move or sleep or something.
Yeah, and things happen pretty quickly after we moved to England. It's always definitely a positive.
I guess the second record was sort of a progression from the first one, in that we were trying to get away from our little sub-genre in the UK, drum and bass, and trying to piss off as many people as we possibly could within that scene.
I mean, we're two people that come from a really kind of diverse rock and metal background, but also thoroughly entrenched in dance music as well as we grew up. So, I mean, we sort of took a brief departure into dance music and were just really, really involved there. But we also had all these influences from rock and metal, and so on our second album we just thought, hey, I think we earned a bit of creative license with the first one because it did so well. So in the second one we just decided, let's try and piss some people off and bring some guitars into a really, really kind of underground subgenre.
So did it piss some people off?
Oh yeah. The whole sort of ethos behind the live show was being able to sort of capture the work we do in the studio, which is very sort of meticulous and well produced. We needed to capture that live.
We got a bit sick of going to hearing the record of a band and then you go and see them and it's just shit. And it sounds nothing like it did on the record. Everyone's playing terribly and the sounds coming through the speakers are horrible.
Or it sounds really good and they're miming. So
yeah, and we didn't want to do either of those. So it was pretty much based around technology, trying to use the tools that we had and basically the latest stuff that we could find to try and put together something that could recreate this studio experience.
I mean, we were actually really lucky that the time that we decided to sort of launch this thing, the technology to do it was actually just invented. So we're pretty much the first people to jump on board with that, and it's basically a case of just having unmentionable computing power on stage that allows us to then be able to just play live instruments, and so behind the scenes the computers are just sort of processing the sound so it sounds, like it does in the studio.
I think most of the equipment's from California as well, so we're using our own technology against you.
We still DJ. I mean, it's essential to the cause because we can test out music before we really take it into the live arena, but playing live is much more fulfilling. I mean, at one point I was driving 3 or 4 hours up the road to play a New Year's Eve show, and Rob was just finishing off a tune and actually emailed it to me, and I managed to download it and burn it minutes before playing New Year's Eve.
It's good. You get sort of an instant, you get instant feedback with DJing that you can't get really from a band. If you're in a band, you're playing music that's all your own, and it doesn't really give you a proper reaction as if you're blending it in with other stuff that you're DJing with.
When you're playing it in a club situation, if the track doesn't work, it's very obvious very quickly.
We're not particularly fond of continuing any veins or having any sort of continuity or building up a fan base.
Don't like to repeat, I see.
Yeah, we're pretty ADD with our stuff, so we get sick of whatever we last did and change it completely. So the next one will probably have no guitars, or vocal.
Or beats.
Or beats,
yeah.
Like Jimmy Buffett, yeah. Hi, we're Pendulum.
And you're on ShockHound.com.